Welcome to the show, everyone. My name is K.A., and along with T. Mill, we are here to get you caught up in all the hoopla. Tonight, we've got a Toronto wordsmith with a knack for the wordplay. It's Mr. Sticky Jack. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Thanks for being on. So, take me back to the beginning. How'd you get into rapping?
Shit, honestly, always listened to rap my whole life, you know?
Yeah?
I have an older brother too. You know, he always was nice with the pen. He would always rap, make songs and stuff. So when he would bring it home, it was always like a bit of inspiration for me too at home, like right in my own home with my older brother making music and doing it too. So
Nice.
like that was a big influence, and also just going outside the neighborhood, everyone else would be around me rapping outside, and you know, like
Ciphers.
like yeah, exactly, little ciphers, freestyles and stuff. So you know, I would like sit at home and I'd write a couple little bars, go outside and rap my little shit, right? Especially at school, right? And then everyone at school was like, oh yo, like he's pretty dope and shit like that, right? So like to the specific crowd, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like not everybody, like, you know, I was more kind of not hiding it, but like I wasn't like quick to show everybody like the music like right away, like, hey, look, yo, I could rap and da 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 da, right? I was more shy, so to say, right? Like I didn't have the confidence yet or whatnot. So
Right.
yeah, no, and then after a while, people just telling me like, yo, like, you know, like you're pretty good, like, you know, like why don't you like go to a studio or something and something like that. And I just didn't know where the studio was. Like my big brother did, but like I wasn't even ready to show him my raps yet, like, you know.
Okay.
Like stuff like that, right? So like yeah, no, like just you know, just putting time behind the pen, like just quietly and working on my craft from like early on, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely have honed your skills. It sounds like if you listen to Sticky Jack, you know how hard he works. You talk about, you know, you're kind of submerged in that neighborhood. What neighborhood what city are you repping? What neighborhood? How did you get your music outside the neighborhood as well?
I grew up downtown. I was born in Regent Park, in Toronto. Then I moved out when I was younger. I just moved across the bridge to a place called Mount Court. Over there is, you know, just, you know, it was rough. Like, you know, like some, like it's very multicultural there, but like it was very, it's hard to put it all in just a quick little, you know, there was so much growing up, but, you know, I would say fucking, you know, just that alone being brought up there has a lot of inspiration for the music that I do make, because like, you know, it's not a lot of people don't have a voice, like, you know, I don't have a voice yet either at all, like, you know, that's what I'm working to try to have, is a voice for people that are trying to have a dream in mind or whatever, and they're from a place where it's not really possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, like you don't have no connections, you don't know the people, you don't, stuff like that, right? So that's really my main motive, I guess, but yeah, no, and that's like my introduction, I would say, before you go listening to my music, is have in mind that like I'm trying to motivate people, even if some of the music is harsh. I'm getting at people, like, you know, like pretty rudely about it, but it is what it is. Like sometimes the truth is harsh.
Mm-hmm. It certainly is.
And that's part of the new truth tape too that I just dropped. So I'm kind of stuck on a mindset right now too. So
Do you remember writing your first rap and what was like?
Writing my first, I actually do still. I actually do. I was 14 and I was like writing the real first rap, like a song. I'll consider like
a complete track.
Yeah.
With a hook, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was 14, and it was actually pretty good. I didn't record it until I was 18, but I remember it. Like I could recite lyrics. I don't want to. It was completely trash. But yeah, no,
you're not alone. Every
Yeah.
rapper and every singer that we've had on here has said the same thing. So
yeah, no, like it was completely trash. But it, like I at the time I was like, yo, this is the shit. At the time,
of
I was like,
course.
this is the shit. So like it's all on. Like I had the confidence in me without having the confidence to show people. Like like I had confidence. Like yo, like in my head, I'm thinking like yo, this is really dope. Until you have
Right.
someone really tell you that yo, this is good and stuff like that, then that's when you really start to have that actual confidence to come out and show people. And that's more or less what it was. By the time I was about 16, 17 years old, right? That's when I was showing more people my raps, and by then I already had fucking years worth of fucking raps in my head. I just come out fucking rapping them all, right? And everyone's like, oh shit, yo, he got bars, right? Like just out of nowhere in high school, little things like that without even going to the studio. But yeah, no, the first tracks were fucking garbage. I won't lie.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the new stuff coming out, like this track Flow Shit, we actually got it loaded up for people. We're going to do our first right now and just post a video. Okay, I'm going to get that going right now.
Yeah. Yo, Joe.
This is off that Truth mixtape.
Yeah, so as he's loading it, how would you say your lyrics are different from when you first started compared to now? Probably a big difference.
Yeah, I would say the more complex of the flow and the patterns definitely got a lot better. And
you have a
the content, honestly, like before I was just on some rapidy rap shit, just rhyming bunch of shit, not really saying much, like just like maybe the odd 1 out of 10 was saying something, like but it was more just rapidy rap shit, like and not really saying nothing, just trying to throw a bunch of rhymes together and whatever, right? And it was, and that was that. But now I feel like I'm actually with every song, even if it sounds more like a rapidy rap song, behind it there's a message in the song. In every song that I try to put down, there's a message in every one of them.
So you're more message focused on in your tracks.
Yeah. Either message wise, story wise, I'm some songs, like sometimes, like I'll have some fun and I'll turn on some auto tune and I'll go at it, right? Just for my own fuck around, I don't put those out. But maybe when I have a couple banger ones, I'll put those out. But just I like all that shit.
We got this flow shit all set up right here. If you want to talk us through it, we're just gonna post this right off the YouTube, Sticky Jack's YouTube. So make sure you tune into that right there. This guy is on every platform you can think of for his music. Easy to find, very easy to find.
Oh shit! Respects.
So you produced the beat, you did the art, you obviously did the lyrics.
For this beat, I didn't produce the beat. So this whole entire tape was produced solely by like every single beat on this tape was made by my homeboy Truth Willis, right? So he's a producer that I met a few years ago. He had a beat competition downtown, went to it, and I actually met him through one of my other homeboys too. I was there in support of him in the crowd or whatever, and I was like, yo, this guy's beats are dope. And I kept hearing his beats. He would drop beat tapes, so I was like, yo, I hollered at him, and I really wanted to work with him. So we linked up. He liked the music, and it's a shame it's only been it's a shame it's already been a couple years and this is only the first tape. But I mean, oh yeah, I know the window's fucked up. Right. But every audio that I'm on is all me. Like every mix master, every song lyric that you hear through a song is engineered by me. It's not touched by nobody else. I don't really allow nobody to touch it. But Truth Willis for this whole tape did this whole entire tape, and it's there's a lot more to come. There's a lot more to come. This is like the Truth Tape is definitely gonna be a series of a part 1, 2, 3, and so on. So, like, yeah, like we're already working on number 2. Like, it's already in the works. So, but my own beats, I do have a few songs already out that are produced. Now, I've been making my own beats for the last year and a half or so, like that, and they're coming along. But yeah.
How did you hone into your sound? I took a very deep look into your catalog, and what jumped on me was Toronto hip-hop flavor. It sounded like the 90s again. It sounded like Infinite, Danny-O. You know what I mean? It's a real classy sound. Like, how do you pick your tracks to go with your lyrics? Because your lyrics are very visual. You're from the street. You know, you got dope lyrics, and you're putting it out there, and everybody else is on a trap vibe, and I'm feeling you're on a more classic hip-hop vibe. Would you say that's true?
Yeah. Yes, I would say that's true. It's just the music that comes out, and I am selective with beats. I am. That's why when I heard Truth Willis' sound, I was like, yo, this shit is hard. But he's a very versatile producer too. Like, he makes trap beats, he makes like all types of beats. So like, but he has a specific sound that I like on a lot of beats. So, you know, but yeah, no, like, mainly when I'm looking for beats, it's usually that hip hop sound, that old school vibe, because that's the stuff that I grew up on, and that's, you know, like, that's the stuff that I enjoy listening to. So that's obviously the type of music that I would make. Just big, but like, you know, it's all on preference, right? Like, on the music that you listen to. So, I mean, I like all of it, but preferably to make the music, I like to be old school and show the craft behind, show like the actual wordplay and old school shit that they used to do that you don't really hear so much anymore, you know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, hopefully it makes a comeback. So who would you say is your biggest influence coming up? Major and local, I guess, if you could.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. Everyone needs to take a couple of minutes and kind of figure it out. So it's probably, you probably have a long list and you don't want to leave anybody out.
I do. But I'll put it like this: influence for my flow, influence for the way that I deliver bars and my rhyme schemes. Influence for that, I would say, would be AZ. Now AZ, yeah, AZ is my guy. AZ is really my guy. Like, I put him. People would call me crazy, but I put him over Nas a little bit. Like, you know, I do. I put him over Nas a little bit, okay. But that's my own preference. Right? But AZ's wordplay, his delivery, his cadence to the flow is I picked that up, right? Locally, locally, I'm actually trying to think of it. Like, it's hard, man. Like, there's so many artists, especially in Toronto, that like you listen to. Like, there's so many. Like, especially growing up, like there was so many rappers like TNT. There was like, you know, like I had my brother right here beside me making incredible music, right? Like, he was like, that's local, that's right beside me. Like, you know, I'm seeing that happen. So it's like honestly, like, it would be my big bro, the one that's right beside me the whole entire time making this music, and I'm sitting there like, oh shit, like, this is crazy, like, you know. So yeah, like, I know that sounds like I'm picky choosy because it's my big bro, but like, nah, man, like, search up Flex 463. I'm telling you, man, that shit is fucking hard.
So he was a hip hop guy coming up too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
so that's where you get a lot of your influence. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's nice, man.
And even just, you know, I go into a studio with him a couple times and seeing the stuff happen there. It's like, this is kind of like what I want to do too. Like, you know, like, like he was the one that first ever brought me to a studio. Like he was
That's
like, you know, like just to bring his little bro to the studio and watch him go to work at it, right? Like, and so yeah, no, like especially like my biggest influence. But I didn't really listen to too much like other Canadian artists besides the Toronto artists when I was growing up. Like there wasn't really too much Canadian artists on like airwaves and stuff like that when we were growing up.
Would it be just of ease of access through the radio versus you have that giant wave of SoundCloud rappers? Maybe that didn't hit the radar because it'd be very selective. Do you find that when you make your own music, you're so busy that maybe you're just into your music, or do you really appreciate
No, yo, like I really appreciate like even if the new SoundCloud came out and all the SoundCloud rappers, so to say, right? The type of music they make, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's because it's just the genre is evolving, right? The genre is evolving, and it led into that, like like it is leading into that even further now, right? Which I'm not saying is a bad thing. It's a great thing because it's opening doors for a lot of kids to come make money, make music, like and make people's vibes for the day or whatever, right? And that's always the game plan from the jump, right? Now some, like, I'm not really in it for, hey, yeah, like he has a dope popping song and whatever. I'm more in it for like ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want like a ownership like thing, like I own something, like I created something and this is going to be my thing type thing, right? So
that's one of our earlier guests, he just mentioned that he was saying that the reason why he likes to make songs and whatever, it's because of the feeling of creating something from scratch. Mr. Burns, he said that.
right?
And that's the process is what he likes.
mm-hmm.
What do you find? What's your experience with the Toronto hip hop scene? Have you been performing out there, or before this all happened with the COVID? Were you out there doing your thing?
I was a couple years ago, like a few years ago. I've done a lot of open mics. I've done a few venues and stuff like that. But for 2019, I didn't really do much of that in 2019. I was more working behind the scenes, working on the music for all 2020. I kind of fell back for 2019 a little bit. I didn't really want to, but just to adjust some things. But yeah, no, when in, I would say 2016 to 2018, I did quite a few shows, venues in the city and stuff like that. Like quite a little bit. I just didn't document a lot of them because, it's not the stuff that I really like. I want to promote that, but when it gets to like a different level, like I don't want to post me being in a bar. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what a lot of the Toronto venues are. I want to hit like the Opera House as a venue. I want to hit those, and then that would be something for me that I feel like I could document, and I would want to bring to show people that, like, hey, look at this. Like, this is what I'm on type shit, right?
Right.
And I want to get there before I start, like I'll do the little shows and stuff like that, like, because that's just the way you come up, right? Like, every artist got to come up like that. But documenting them, I'm not too, that's why maybe the question is, like, I've documented a couple of them, but nah, even for 2019, I didn't do nothing like that. And for 2020, not yet. Even, well, due to COVID, but even if COVID, I don't think right now I would even, unless, because, like, I feel like I put a lot into work, and I feel like I know artists get booked, real artists get booked thousands of dollars to, come into venues, and I feel like personally, I do feel like I'm at that level to where I could go to those venues with all the music that I have. I could go to those venues and I could do my songs. Real
Well,
shit.
you're definitely turning a lot of heads, because today I was surfing Instagram, and a fellow Toronto rapper, Chucks, he posted your Truth tape up on his IG. Do you know Chucks?
Yeah. Actually, from long time ago. Not long time ago. I would say 2015, around the time I started. Like he's a real day one too. Like
Yeah,
he's a real day one too. But
he was on the show.
Yeah,
We interviewed him a couple of weeks ago.
Dope. That's dope. That's super dope. Yeah, no, yo, I just seen the new stuff that he's dropping and the stuff that he has on his page right now. I was like, yo, man, like going in, bud. Like, you know, I was like, I like it, man. I was like, yo, keep that up, yo. I like that, right?
Yeah.
But no, like I knew him from when he started too, and well, I don't know if it was when he started, but I remember about 2015, and like we would connect and always send each other our links, and we would always be like, yo, dope shit, and go comment on each other's links and little shit like that, right? And like, yeah, yo, he's like definitely the homie, yo.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, looking back at all your music and stuff, marijuana has always been there. I mean, it's legal now, but it wasn't. But I sense that you went just as hard before it was legal as it is legal now. There is what is considered, you know, a hip-hop weed category out there that would include, like, you know, Smoke DZA, Currency, Styles, Method Man. It depends on how deep you want to go. Cypress Hill. Would you consider yourself in that group of you know, style of rap?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, if you're comparing me into that group of people in the form of smoking weed, yeah, definitely. Like, I smoke a lot of weed, man. Like, I do, man. Like, fuck, I smoke.
Join the club.
I'm not gonna even just. No, man, I smoke a lot of weed, man. Like, I fucking.
What does it mean to you in the music there? It seems like it kind of goes hand in hand with, you know, some people get really inspired by it. Some people are really creative off of it. What does it do for you in your music?
I mean, it doesn't really do anything for the music. It's just, honestly, sometimes it gets used as a filler bar.
Okay.
Because it fits the bar, right? Sometimes, if I'm making a song about, say, like I have a song called Fakery that's talking about people doing other drugs and all this other blah, 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 right? Now, like, I probably say in that I smoke weed or something. I don't know if I do. I can't really recite all the lyrics back. But I do have another song that I'm going to be releasing that talks, like, the same shit, but I smoke weed, and it's not really kind of comparing this things that are wrong with different types of shit, right?
Okay.
So, yeah, no, like, the weed, though, it doesn't necessarily, like, help me pen down the words, because, like, even times when I never had no weed, and I was, like, you know, I was bummy as shit, never had no weed, didn't have go $10, no go buy no dime and no weed, right? Fucking, bro, like, I was still penning down fire, but it's just, the weed helps when I get mad, right? Say if I get angry and shit, bro, I smoke a blunt and I'm nice, right? Like, what the fuck was I even mad about, right? Shit like that is why I smoke weed.
It's medicine.
Yeah, yo, it is medicine for real. Like, I'm not even promoting weed to be like, hey, go out and smoke weed, right? I'm not saying that at all. Don't smoke weed. If you've never smoked weed in your life and you're fucking 16 years old, don't smoke no weed, bro. Like, don't smoke no weed at all. Like, if you haven't experienced it when you were 12, 13, 14, 15, don't smoke no weed. Like, if you're listening to my music and you're that young, you probably shouldn't be even listening to my music. It's not for you. It's for people that are older and that are going through things. Yeah, no, shit like that, bro. Like,
no,
you know,
your music is very deep, very deep.
It's not even like the weed helps. The weed helps sometimes, yo. When I'm sitting here writing, yo, I'll smoke a big fat blunt, yo, and it helps. little bit, but like, yeah, yo, like it opens up some shit, yo. It gets me like, yo, like I thought of that, and then like, yeah, like it almost motivates me and be like, yo, I just thought of some sick shit. Yo, let me keep going, right? And like I keep writing some more sick shit, and it motivates me almost, like, you know, like it's not like oh, I'm KO knockout shit. Like, no, man, I'm going.
You could
Well,
it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I ask all songwriters, what's your process in writing? Like, do you write lyrics constantly, put them in your phone, and then when a beat comes, okay, you fill it in, or do you hear a beat, get motivated, and just drop lyrics on it?
My process is like, I always hear the beat first. The writing process, I feel like when I'm going to write a song, I'm mentioning the stuff that just happened, like the like whatever I'm going through at that moment in the song is either what I seen on my phone, or like it'll just give me a concept, but I always have to hear a beat first before I write anything, because if I just start going and writing blah 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 blah, right, and then I can't make a beat for it, I can't hear a beat in my head, right, then that's gonna be bad, and then I have to wait until who knows, and then by the time that I probably do find it, it's like 3-4 months down the line, I don't even feel that same way anymore. Yeah. You're like, you know, I don't even, and then I'm like, do I even want to drop this song? Like, I'm talking a lot of shit in this song. Do I even want to do that? Like, no, probably not. And then, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. So like, I always have to hear the beat first before I start writing, because like even if I hear a beat, like sometimes I'll just go through beats, some of the old beats I made, some of the beats that Truth made, and you know, I'll be playing them, and then like I'll hear something in my head and I'll just say it out loud, and then I'll be, hey, yeah, and then start writing. Roll up a blunt, smoke, write, boom, right, and then record it. That's about it.
Okay, nice. So what do you think about live performances online? I've been asking this question because of the obviously the situation everyone's in, and you can't get out there and actually be face to face with people, but this whole doing it online on Instagram live performances, what are your thoughts on that?
Yo, it's good. It's good. Mm-hmm. It lets the artist reach the fans, you know? Mm-hmm. It lets the artist reach the fans. There's nothing wrong with that. There should be a way though that like they get paid, like artists, like especially big artists that are doing that. Like they should be making. Well, some of them probably are somehow, right? I don't know all the business yet, but like, yeah, no, like I think they should be making money off of that.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing it?
Not really yet. No.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Soon enough. I don't feel like doing all of the I don't feel like none of that's needed yet. I feel like more groundwork is needed before I do any of that stuff. I need to have more stuff in place. I need to, you know, like I'm really trying to own shit. Like if I
sounds like you're being very strategic about it.
Yeah. I don't want to just start doing this and then somewhere down the line it get brought back or whatnot, so to say the case, right? But not even that like it'll be negative or bad or anything, just like, no, like I want them to see the best of me, and that's it, like, you know.
Nice.
And that's all it comes to.
So you dropped your mixtape. What is on the plate? What's next for Sticky Jack?
Well, I'm working on my own solo album. It'll be my first one that's produced, mixed, mastered, engineered, and all that by me, myself. It'll be my first one, my first real one. Like, I've done every audio that I've ever done. I've done for every song, but I've never made every beat for every song on one album yet. That's solely me. And that's what I'm working on currently right now.
No features, just you?
And also on the sides, also on the side, just working on Truth Tape 2, 3,
Yeah, good.
and keep it going. Music videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, hopefully you keep it coming, man. Keep it coming because your stuff is A grade, man. Definitely A grade.
I really appreciate it, man. I really
A lot of more ears, a lot more heads gotta turn and put your music on, man, because it needs to be heard. It's really, really good. And I don't really say that to a lot of people. You know,
Thanks.
we tend to have people on this show that we like, right?
Yeah. Damn.
So,
Get that.
No, it
so
sounds like
thanks for being on, man. This has been a great interview. Hopefully we didn't take too much of your time. It looks like you're busy.
No, man, not at all. I'm just, making a little bit of music here with one of my homeboys, but that's about it.
Keep grinding.
Yeah,
I wouldn't pass this up for nothing, but I wouldn't pass this up.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Man. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for being on, man. Sticky Jack, look out for this guy. How can they find you? On Spotify, how can they find you?
Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, anywhere you listen to your music on. Even if you want to go back and listen to some old stuff, I have stuff on SoundCloud, YouTube, just Sticky Jack everywhere. If you Instagram me, it's _ Sticky Jack. Facebook, Stick Jack, and that's about it.
All right, there you have it. Dude, please let us know what's going on, when you're dropping your music and all that, because like I said, we like it.
We'd like to have you back when that album drops. Let us know. That's
man.
Project.
Oh, for sure, man. I'm definitely gonna let you guys know.
Let's do a bit.
All right, brother. Thank you for being on again. Much appreciated.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right, man. So
Thanks.
I'm KA, that's Sticky Jack, and that's T Mill, and now you're caught up in all the hoopla. Have a good night, folks.